So the actual paradox in being with a Dusty for so long is that this particular Dusty was emotionally avoidant, meaning he hated emotions. He was terrified of emotions because they reminded him of his own. And he had pushed them down for so long that somebody like me, an actualized divine feminine who knows her emotions are her power, quite literally gets everything that she wants because of her emotions and stands on business that they are powerful and expresses them when they rise to the surface. It was actually absolutely no match for him. He was terrified of emotions. He would try to make me small, shame me for my emotions, gaslight me when I would have emotions. Examples like this are he would leave me on red for hours at a time. And I was very triggered by this because I had an abandonment wound that I needed to heal. But I would express to him in very coherent, calm ways, "Hey, how are you doing? I haven't heard from you in a while. I just wanted to touch base." And he would immediately kind of laugh and say, "It's only been a couple hours, babe. Are you okay?" And he would minimize his behavior of emotionally abandoning his partner and turn it back on me that I was being too much, that I was having too high of expectations. If I would come to him and bring him a problem I was having or something that I was thinking could improve, maybe I was having a vulnerable moment and I wanted my partner to show up for me, I would express it to him and he would go, "Oh, I did something wrong, didn't I? What did I do now?" Trying to act like I was the problem, I was too much, I was bringing up things that, or causing problems that were out of nowhere and that were unreasonable, and he just could never win. Then it escalated into discard. So he would break up with me when I would come to him with bids for closeness, or when I would come to him with conversation or communication that I needed something from him, he would break up with me. And the reason why they do this is because they want to maintain power and control in the relationship. You're asking too much of them. They know they can't deliver. They're not man enough for you. And so instead of admitting that or healing to rise to the level of deserving you, they will break up with you to try to teach you a lesson and to get you in line. And this happened, it's so embarrassing to admit, 5 or 6 times over the course of our year-long relationship. He would break up with me, citing that he just couldn't make me happy, and then inevitably in a month or so would come back to me and want to get back together with me. So this is emotional abuse. This is how it works, and this is specifically how it works with an avoidant man. But the paradox of this behavior is, in that year-long relationship when I was with him, I was so unhappy and so emotionally abandoned that I started to recognize that I needed to meet my own needs within the relationship. Imagine that. I was with a partner who should be the one to help me, who should be the one to love me and connect with me. And instead, I was emotionally abandoned, left alone to do it myself. And I know that this is not asking too much because now my husband and I are very emotionally connected and I can talk to him about anything. He wants to hear it. He can handle any emotion. He is there for me. And it is an emotional symbiosis that exists in the divine union that we have. And it's not too much to ask your man to do this. It's a man that's emotionally immature, that's scared of his own feelings because he's never processed them, that will be triggered and shame you for your emotions. So what happened is, over the year that I was with him, I started to have to just meet my own needs. And I started to heal the inner child that felt abandoned and that was looking to a man to fill my heart and to help heal me. Now, I'm going to say caveat, he would say, the emotionally avoidant man, which is always going to be in the back of your mind after you date a man like this. Well, good, you should heal yourself. It is your job to heal yourself. It's never another person's job to heal you, which avoidants will say this all day long, okay? But I would say, in reflection of that, now that I'm in a divine union, it is your responsibility as somebody's partner to help them heal. It is your responsibility to comfort them as they're doing the healing work. It is your responsibility to be emotionally mature and intelligent and show up for them when they need you. That's just the basics of being in not even a divine union, but just a healthy relationship. You're there for your partner. You're there when they have a hard time. You're not triggered by their emotions and emotionally abandoning them. That is actually dysfunctional. So in that relationship, as I was emotionally abandoned, I learned how to meet my own needs. And I read this book called, by Jessica Baum, Anxiously Attached. And it taught me how to soothe the inner child that had been abandoned and how to show up for her. Beyond that book, I also started to delve deep into myself. I started to really spend time healing. I would go to the beach and read The Origins of You. I would journal. I would walk on the sand. I would spend time doing things I liked. I would heal. And what ended up happening while I was in the relationship, I was doing all this healing with this avoidant. He discarded me for the last time. I brought up something that I was wanting. We had just gotten back from a trip that we took together to Seattle. We had a great trip. And the first day we got home, he completely ignored me the entire day and didn't talk to me at all, which is weird. If you go on a great vacation with your girlfriend and you guys have an amazing time, to just completely ignore her the next day is so weird. It's not functional. But I had for so long been in that relationship that I had brainwashed myself into thinking that this was okay. I'd made excuses for him, which women will do. We will make excuses for these men to stay chosen over and over again. And I had made excuses that, oh, he's working hard. He has to get back to work. And I'd let him ignore me. So later that night, I brought it up to him just like, hey, I missed you today. And he had a totally weird response that is not normal of a boyfriend. You would think he would just be like, yeah, I was just busy. I missed you too, babe. No, it was him feeling triggered, him feeling defensive that I had brought something up to him because he looked at emotional bids for closeness as me criticizing him, as me attacking him. And he said he had a totally weird response that was just emotionally immature. And then he discarded me the next day. He sent me an email breaking up with me. And I just let it happen. I let the email sit out there in the ether. I didn't even respond. Normally I would have tried to talk to him about it, or, you know, let's rationally discuss this. Why do you want to leave? Why do you want to discard me again? And I just let it happen. I let him discard me because at this point I had healed so much and met my own emotional needs so well that I didn't need him anymore. In fact, I started to recognize what a nuisance he was and how his emotional instability and immaturity was actually making my life shitty. And I didn't want to live a shitty life anymore. I could meet, and I was able to meet all of my own needs by myself so succinctly that I didn't need him anymore as a partner. In fact, he was stressing and pressing me. I chronicle this entire process in my book, Divine Union 14 Days. In fact, I teach you how to do it. I teach you how to start meeting your own needs, whether you're in a relationship or you're single and you're ready to call in a divine union. You're ready to call in a person that is emotionally stable, that's emotionally mature, that's emotionally actualized. They've actually looked at their own wounds. They've actually dealt with emotions. They're not scared of emotions. They welcome emotions. They want your emotions, and they want you to express your emotions to them so that they can side by side comfort you through your healing. That is divine union, because what happens now that you have a safe person that loves you and is holding your hand through you feeling your emotions and healing, it's sky's the limit, baby. You will heal beyond your wildest dreams. It will shoot you into the stratosphere of healing, which gives you your dream life, which helps you to manifest your dream life. I've said this time and time again, everything you could ever want is on the other side of your healing. As soon as you heal, you will level up and get your divine union. You will get the life of your dreams. When you face the limiting beliefs that are holding you back, that are keeping you stuck, that are keeping you in relationships with dusties and men that are emotionally immature, that are avoidant, that can't show up for you, that make you unhappy, that make you have to go and learn how to meet your own needs because they refuse to do it and they're incapable of doing it. No more. You're ready to step into divine union where you have healed, where you are ready to be happy and held and safe. And they give that to you readily. They want to give it to you. It is their life's purpose and goal to give it to you. If you're ready for divine union, check out the link in my bio.